Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol ADXS. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like through this time frame. I think it's a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. I did this analysis yesterday, so that's where these green and red line annotations are coming from. But after today's price movement, definitely some updates need to be made. And I should note that right off the get-go, from a presentation standpoint where I sit, this is a very tricky chart to talk about because there's a lot of perspective that goes into it. What do I mean by that? Well, if you are a day trader and you bought right there, or maybe you bought right there, or you bought right there, and you wanted to sell within 40 minutes after buying, then yeah, for you the chart's looking pretty bad. Now, if you care about the big picture of things, I get it. From the highs, there's been a big pullback. But again, big picture, the bulls do still have an opportunity to build a higher base, and as long as you have higher bases being built over longer periods of time, that's how long-term uptrends are constructed. So just kind of keep that in mind as I go forward. But the first update that does need to be made comes about from a foundational rule in charting, which states when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. And especially in this case, because again, circling back to the big picture point of view, and for those of you that care about that, let's say that the price, basically does what it just did right here, but it, comes down here a few more times, bounces around, and then starts to work its way back upwards. Emphasis on big picture. From the big picture perspective, what would you have? Well, you'd have a set of lows right here. You'd have that set of lows right there. You'd have those lows down there. If you picture these as stair steps, hey, well then from the big picture, you still have stair steps progressing in the upwards direction. That's the name of the game. That's what a truly strong move is going to do. However, if the price, let's say, comes down here and breaks to the downside and keeps on going, well, at that point, you literally have the price right back to where it all started, and that's not exactly a sign of true strength at all. So for me, that $1.30 is definitely an ideal level that you want to see hold. Once more, I'm well aware that if you're a day trader and you bought somewhere up around here, then yeah, you couldn't care less about these stair steps. But that's why I try to offer up a warning that I was talking about things from a grander scheme perspective. So sure, today the price pulled back, but stop and think about that word, today, as in 1 day. Looking at multiple days, which is what we're doing here, the bulls do still have an opportunity to build a higher base. So let's see if they can get that job done or not next week. One of the biggest questions I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.